My daughter's my helper, but she will never come on stage to do the bow later, so she's actually helping do our live stream. So there should be a recording of everybody's kiddos. We've done the Friday and Saturday night, and we did the Saturday at 5, so there should be at least 3 different options at some point. It takes them a while to load sometimes, so if you ever really want to watch it again, feel free to do that too. So Willie will tell you some important stuff too. Try to be careful, try to take a flash picture because it blinds the kids for a minute. And they already ad-lib a lot, so we might not want to encourage any more of that. So I hope you enjoy the show, and we will get started.
Good day and good fortune, gentle piggies. My name is McGill, William McGill. Now, before we begin this awful, scary trial today, there are a few housekeeping items that we should all look at. Now we have packets and pamphlets. Can you lift those up? Hold them high in the air. Way high in the air. Can you hold the paper high in the air? You didn't have to do that, but now that I know you'll participate, I'll be counting on you guys later. Now, in that packet, we have some versing to our national Pennsylvania anthem. You will all have to sing that later, so be prepared. But now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the trial of the big bad wolf, the true story of the 3 little pigs. Like I said, my name is William McGill. I'm just a plain, outspoken news piggy with a hunger for the truth. Sure, I've had offers from the Newport Times and the Sloppington Post, but I said no thanks to those big wig pigs. I'm staying independent. This hog is rooting around for the truth. And nowhere is the truth more important than our criminal justice system today. Outside this courthouse, a great crowd has gathered, hungry for slops and for justice. As I look around me, I'm reminded of the words of my favorite philosopher. Everywhere there are lots of piggies living piggy lives. Truer words were never spoken. This undeniably is a piggy world. Wherever your hooves carry you, wherever your snout goes, wherever you wander, everyone knows.
You'll sight a swine, you'll eye an anchor, you'll see a hog, or quarter see a porker. This little piggy went to market, this little piggy stayed home. This little piggy eats stinky cheese, this little piggy writes poems. It's a piggy, 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 piggy world. It's a piggy, 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 piggy world.
Look at them, common everyday sounds drawn together by the tragic tale of the 3 little pigs and their fear of the big bad wolf. Thanks to the media circuit surrounding the incident, no one is paying attention to what is really going on around here. The tail, as they say, is truly wagging the hog. That's where I come in. Everyone says that he is a vicious, guilty monster. But I don't know. It seems to me someone has not had a chance to speak. Inside this courthouse, a certain big bad wolf waits to tell his side of the story.
For the guy with fur, the guy with bite, the guy who's different, the world just ain't right. It's a hard place, a cage for the soul, a place with no rhythm and no rock and roll.
It's a hog-eat-dog world in this Iowa town. The pigs on the bacon and run the rest of us down.
Ever since the story broke, we've only heard the pig version of what happened. To be fair, we need to hear from the wolf, who is the big bad wolf, what actually happened. There's more to one side in every story.
Shiny happy pigs in the city, big strong pigs keep the peace. That cat piggies write the laws for a million other piggies at least.
They say that my bite is bad as my bark. They say I'm too scary frog in the pond.
Piggies, 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 piggies everywhere. Piggies, piggies, piggies are the best. Piggies, 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 piggies rule the world. Piggies, 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 yes!
What's a wolf to do? What's a wolf to do? What's a wolf to do? I don't know, man. But don't you?
The mournful howlings of a hairy mammal denied the right to speak. Heart-wrenching, isn't it? But now that the trial is about to begin, I am here to get some answers to the questions we've all been asking. I know that you have asked if this wolf went huff! And what else did the wolf do? Puff! You're so smart, you should go to Harvard. Now, I am going to get the scoop of the century, the side of the story we all want to hear. And if I am lucky, I will get a chance to talk one-on-one, not with you, but muzzle to snout with the most infamous carnivore of modern times.
Hear ye, hear ye. Take your seats, take your seats.
Here we go. Welcome to Pennsylvania Courtroom 1. This here is the jury. Yes, you are all the jury. You decide what happens to this big bad wolf, whether he gets locked up or if he gets to go free. Now, must I say, you take your responsibilities very, very seriously. Maybe not you two, you look nothing but trouble. Oh, the prosecutor has just entered the courtroom. That there is Julia. She is an ace attorney who has never lost a case.
I always get my way.
Say, Julia, what do you think we'll see in this court trial today? Do you
Some-
have any teasers for me?
Something I like to call justice, served up in 50 minutes or less with no intermission.
And now, here comes the judge.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
That there is Judge Prudence. She is a hard-headed hog. I don't know if Mr. Wolf is going to get a fair trial out of her, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Don't look at me. Turn your head. Judge Prudence loves musical theater. Nothing but nothing melts that icy cold heart like that of the old 5, 6, 7, 8 shuffle ball change.
Hear ye, hear ye. The Supremely Awesome Court of Pennsylvania is now in session. The Honorable Judge Jurisprudence presiding.
Thank you, Rocky. Quiet in my courtroom, especially in the jury box. Now, before we begin, let us first rise and reaffirm our allegiance to this great.
You'll need your scripts for this. Rise.
Everybody,
rise.
please place your left boot
Left.
over your lungs.
Over our porcine valve.
God bless Pennsylvania, star that we love, we'll beside her and guide her through the mud with an oink and a shove.
From the barnyard to the slop trough, we meander,
Now's a foam. Home, West Pennsylvania, our home, sweet home. Home, West Pennsylvania, our home, sweet home.
When you were laughing and singing, you were so pitchy. You were not laughing.
Well, that was just lovely. You may be seated. state of Pennsylvania versus A.G. Wolf. Rocky, bring forth the defendant.
So, how's everybody's trip here? Was it a safe trip? Right now, at this moment in time, we pretend we don't see the wolf because he's inside the courthouse. So we don't see him right now. We don't see him. There he is! Gentle Piggies! The big bad wolf himself. The one with the secrets we all want to hear. What do you know? He does not look as near as big and bad as you say he was. What a lie.
You may release the prisoner.
Gee, boss, are you sure? They say you know the mismedicated dog, you know.
Well, I'll do just that. The defendant will come forth. Now sit and beg.
Please.
Oh, good doggy. You may release him.
You're doing a great job. Great job. He's free!
Mr. Wolf, you have been charged with 2 counts of wanton destruction of private property by illicit huffing and puffing, 2 counts of cruel and unusual consumption, and 1 count of attempted pig slaughter.
Now, let's take a break here and do a little math lesson on top of a little legal lesson. For those of you that don't speak legal, it means he blew 2 houses down, ate 2 little pigs, so 2 plus 2 is 4. And then he tried to get the last one, and 4 plus 1 is 5. You guys are so smart. So, 5 accounts. He blew houses down, ate pigs, and tried to kill another one.
Anyway, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
And where is your court-appointed attorney?
I will defend myself. I'm serious, Your Honor.
So good. Take your seat, Mr. Wolf. Take it!
An unexpected move by Mr. Wolf. Big and Bad here thinks he's going to get a fair trial by defending himself. And knowing how things are ran in this courtroom, he's probably right. I'm going to keep my pig's eye peeled for any shenanigans, and I urge all of you to do the same.
Good citizens, thank you for sitting on this trial. Your job today is simple. There are 2 sides in this case. The big bad wolf, a filthy carnivore with a mean and hungry look,
I'm sitting right here.
and Counselor Julia, a well-dressed, razorback sharp attorney whose judgment and principles are always above reproach.
You're too kind, Your Honor. Are we still on for golf tomorrow?
Of course, 9 a.m. I wouldn't sit in the world. Both sides will present evidence, their side of the story. Then you will decide whether the big bad wolf goes free, perhaps to kill again, or if he'll spend the rest of his days in the cramped kennels of the pig penitentiary. Julia, you may state your case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Rocky, bring on super special exhibit number A.
Number A? I didn't know we counted like this.
I require assistance for this presentation, Your Honor, if you please.
Oh, I'm not quite sure it's appropriate for me to participate.
Oh, throw your prosody to the wind. Your country needs you.
Well, I suppose it couldn't really hurt.
Delicious
And I'm getting tired of pulling on me. Ferdinand!
Everyone knows the story of the three little pigs, but you've never seen it the way I tell it, with chills, thrills, and cupcakes! Hit it! Once upon a time, good sows and bear swines, the three little pigs were alive, but one fateful war, wolfish Eve was born and terrorized baby back dry. Stout Desmond, the youngest, with belly humongous, lived in a house made of straw. But into the scene of sweet munching bliss, a wolf came a prowling for food.
Little piggy, let me come in.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Then I'll hop,
No,
and I'll puff,
no.
and I'll blow. I'll blow your house in.
So we huffed, and he puffed, and he blew. He blew the house in. That house made of straw, a kitchen yacht, and fell in.
Much to my chagrin.
And the big bad wolf ate up that pig, and he danced an ugly jig.
Oh, come on! I don't even know how to do a jig. Story dancing's really more my thing.
You'll have your chance to speak, Wolfie. This is my turn. Now the middle pig Jojo, for giggles and kicks, built a crazy old home out of sticks. But into the scene of light-hearted bliss, a wolf came a prowling for food.
Little piggy, let me come in.
Not by the hair, my chin chin.
Then I'll hop,
No,
and I'll puff,
no.
and I'll blow. I'll blow your house down.
So we huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. That house made 6 foot, taken slicks and fell down. Back to the ground. And the big bad wolf ate up that pig, and he danced his ugly jig.
This bears no resemblance to the truth.
No resemblance or total resemblance. I can leave that for the jury to decide. But finally, the wolf came to the home of the smartest little pig. Maxwell, I'll take it for you. Hey, scrap, mister! This little puppy show is mine now. Maxwell, our hero, grade average 4-0, built his home out of bricks.
Little piggy, let me come in.
No my hair, oh my candy cake kid.
Then I'll hop,
Ah,
and I'll puff,
he.
and I'll blow. I'll blow your house in.
That won't work,
What?
you big jerk.
Huh?
You'll never blow my house in. He hopped and he puffed home, one fall down to the wall, stomped all around. Nasty screams he released, but soon the police arrived on the scene looking spiffy. They captured that rascal with a minimum of hassle and carted him off in a jiffy. And that, good sows and gentle swines, is the state's case. An excellent opening statement.
Thanks, Julia. One that the jury would be well advised to take under advisement.
Well, I'll say it wasn't fair for the judge to help the prosecutor. But I must say, they sure made Al look like quite the guilty monster. How will Big and Dad respond to all of this?
Mr. Wolf, you may have to state your case.
Thank you, Your Honor. You think you all know the true story of the three little pigs?
Of course, I tell them.
Surely. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. No one knows the real story because no one's ever heard my side of the story. Oh, pardon me. I'm Alexander T. Wolf.
Also known as the Big Bad Wolf, isn't that correct?
Well, since you asked,
No need to answer. We all know that I've made an excellent point.
Well, please just call me Al. Now look, I'm not sure how this whole big bad wolf thing got all started, but it's all wrong.
Maybe it's because of your diet.
Hey, it's not my fault we'll see cute little animals like bunnies and sheep.
And pigs!
That is how nature made us. In fact, permission to break into song, Your Honor?
Objection! Another musical number? Oh, I'll allow it. Extremely petulant objection!
I said overruled.
Up!
You may continue, Mr. Wolf, but keep it snappy.
Say so then. They call me these names, like villain and creep. This big bad wolf thing makes me ornery.
Weak.
You see, I can't help my urges and no more than you do. They said, don't eat cheeseburgers, how, what would you do? What would you do? You know what I'm talking about, right? How about you folks? If cheeseburgers were cute, like kittens or fawns, you kept them as pets, let them play on your lawn. If cheeseburgers were unacceptable meat, you know it's the truth, you still have them to eat. Eat! Cheeseburgers ain't cute. Now they're really. So I eat a bunny and I swallow a sheep, and I chew on a chicken and don't cry like Pookie. I can't help my urges and no more than can you. They said, don't eat cheeseburgers, how, what would you do? What would you do? Cheeseburgers ain't cute, and that's why you eat them. I'll say it again, and I'll say it verbatim.
What's that?
It means you gotta say it again word for word.
Oh, I knew that.
Cheeseburgers ain't cute, but if they were, you know what? Then they call you big and bad too. No ifs, ands, or buts. Cheeseburgers ain't cute. Woo! Cheeseburgers ain't cute. Woo! Cheeseburgers ain't cute. Woo! Cheeseburgers ain't cute. Can I get a witness?
A whiz, bang, oh, by Mr. Wolf. Excuse me, what is your name again?
Ow.
Ow! He tried to soften his image, make us like him a little. I wonder, did it work? Do you like him a little better? Yeah, better than her, right? Yeah.
You've certainly got style, Mr. Wolf, and I hope you'll often of Zaz.
Thank you.
But believe me when I say Miss Piggy McJustice is immune to the lures of Zaz. Zaz will not avail you here. Julia, can I call your next question?
With pleasure, Your Honor. Prosecution would like to call Dr. Roberta Shears to the stand.
That there. Spotlight, please. That there is Bofo Bobby, Swine Magazine's most eligible bachelorette for 5 years running, and Julia's go-to medical expert.
Please state your name for the record. Roberta Rose Shears, MD. Now, Dr. Roberta. Please, call me Bobby. Dr. Bobby? I'm sorry, Bobby with an I. Dr. Bobby with an I. Do you swear on the sacred text of, and say no pigs were done, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Your witness, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Dr. Bobby with an I will try to keep this short as I know you have appointments to keep.
Duh.
Have you had a chance to examine the defendant?
Yep.
And would you care to share your discoveries with the court?
Would I? Try and stop me.
Hogs and honeys, I give you super special exhibit number B.
Number B. She sure did count, can't she? Where did you learn how to count and spell?
Old school.
Big Bad Wolf is a murderous breed and impossible to control. All they do is hunt and eat, hunt and eat.
And Dr. Bobby with an eye. What is the wolf's favorite food?
Sorry to say, Julia, this Canius Maximus Mischievous prefers to eat pigs.
Pigs?
Pigs.
You mean like you and me?
Exactly.
Judge Prudence here?
Bingo.
And me? And me? And like me? It eat me? Will it eat me?
And like the entire jury?
Yes, the very pigs wolves are out to eat you.
I haven't heard this much gossip about me since I was in high school.
Now, Dr. Bobby with an eye. Is it possible for a wolf to be nice? Or even civilized?
Forget about it. Their brains are hog hunting. It's all they know. Poor savages.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I want to tell that to my grandfather.
Mr. Wolf, you may now question the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Whatever the heck that was. Now, Doctor.
I'm sorry. Does anybody have time?
Why, I do, Dr. Bobby with an eye. It is 11:22.
11:22.
11:22.
Oh my, so sorry, Your Honor. I have an emergency protecting me at the veterinarian's hospital. I should run.
Of course, Dr. Bobby, you're excused.
Thanks, Crew. And can I take you out for a ghost fest tonight? No. May I please?
You can take me as long as you're paid.
Okay.
What's Your Honor? I don't get the question mark.
We don't want to keep the good doctor from saving lives, do we? Do we?
Of course not.
That is what I thought.
Youch! Judge Prudence sure to have let Al ask some questions. But I must say, Fofo Bobby with an eye, her testimony sure was powerful. Now, I can hear what you are thinking. If Mother Nature made hogs to eat pigs, how is Al innocent? Well, let's look at it this way. It's hard to resist a call of nature.
Julia, you may now call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. And this witness is without a doubt the wittiest witness that this courtroom will ever witness. The prosecution calls Martha to the stand.
Look at all these glasses. It's like Velma from Scooby-Doo.
You call that a witness?
testifying today. I know this has been a very scary time for you.
Yes, it's been quite a trial. Quite a trial.
Now, Martha, why don't you tell me how you came to be involved in these proceedings?
Well, I live on Baby Back Drive, right down the street from the Three Little Pigs, don't you know? And on the morning of,
The murders, yes.
I was walking home from dropping off my youngest piglet, sweet Loretta from kindergarten, when I saw the whole thing with my own eyes.
That's right, good friends of the jury. A pig's eyewitness to the crimes.
As I was passing Desmond's house,
Desmond, the first little pig you mean.
yes, the big bone boy with the straw house, well, my heart went ba-boom, ba-boom, because when I got there, Dennis' front door was gone. And there in front of his house was a big, nasty wolf.
And do you see that wolf in this courtroom here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did this wolf have any distinctive features? Like in clothing?
He was wearing a chef's apron and had many utensils in his paws.
I see. Now, could you read this apron? What did it say?
It appeared to be barbecue themed.
I see. And what about these metal utensils? Were they sharp and shiny? Like knives?
Well, they definitely were shiny. I didn't get the closest look, don't you know?
Fine, fine. What did these do?
Well, when I got there, he was young and carrying on something fierce. And then before I knew it, the whole creature,
Now, Martha, I want you to take your time. I know this is very hard for you. Did the wolf huff? I see. And did the wolf perhaps huff?
He did puff. There is definitely puffing.
I see. And then, now, Martha, hold your head up. I know you can do it.
He blew the house on a daisy.
Wearing a chef's apron, wielding a knife and fork, he ate Desmond in cold blood.
Then he went to JoJo's house. He yelled, "Let me in, let me in. I want to eat you all covered in sugar," or something like that. But JoJo was so brave. "Not by the hair of my chin, he said.
Bold words.
And then the wolf went JoJo's house in. It was so awful. There were sticks everywhere, up and down the whole street. But did that dirty doggy care? No, he ate JoJo too. Right there for anyone to see. I ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Now, before you left the scene, did anything else happen?
Oh, right. As I was running away, I took a peek over my shoulder, don't you know? And at that very moment, the wolf looked up.
And do you see that wolf in this courtroom here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Martha, I want you to take a very good look around you.
Let me get my better glasses on. Well, these don't look like the right ones. We'll see, though. No. Sorry. Oh! My new glasses.
And see that wolf here. Now, Martha, I must ask you to execute the pointy maneuver of lamosity and indicate the wolf you saw eat the two littler pigs.
That beast, it was him, it was him.
That beast,
It was him, it was him. That beast, it was him, it was him. That beast, it was him, it was him.
it was Big Bad Wolf.
It was him, don't you know it?
He's a mangy old herd.
His pigs are going.
He did the deed.
He's without remorse. You gotta watch him love. Of course, of course. That beast, it was him, it was him. 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 It was him right there. We see him, we see him. The horrible wolf. Send him to the mausoleum.
He's a beastie, a terror, a horror, a scarer,
What's going on right now?
a stalker, a crookster, a hunter, a monster,
Why are you getting so close to me?
a critter, a mongrel, he sure knows the mongrel,
Move away from me, please.
a stranger, a danger, a dog in the manger.
It's getting me out the word now.
Okay, no, be careful. Also, no,
Let the record reflect the witness indicated the defendant. Wolf! No further questions, Your Honor.
You may question the witness, Mr. Wolf.
Are you done?
Fight.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't done this before. I'm not sure how this works. Do I ask anything I want?
Anything I allow.
And to which I don't object.
And no leading questions.
Or rhetorical questions.
Or hyperbolical questions.
Or ludicrously lupine questions.
Okay then. Piece of cake. Now, Mrs. Martha, ma'am.
Objection!
I didn't even say anything yet.
I'm just warming up.
Anyway. Now, Martha. This apron you say you saw me wearing on the morning of the incident, would you mind to describe it more clearly?
Well, it was like, don't you know? And there are 2 hot dogs on, all plump and cooked.
Are you sure there were hot dogs?
It looked like there were hot dogs on it. I couldn't see it perfectly,
You
but
couldn't see perfectly. I see. And was there any writing on the apron?
yes, I believe it said kill, eat pork.
I think my evidence against yours is much better. Kiss the cup.
The witness has positively identified my apron, though.
And
Well, that's great.
where the heck did you get that?
It's evidence, see? It's in the bag. That means evidence.
And where did you find it?
At the scene. Lisa picked it up.
Where's my bag?
At which house?
See, you don't have a bag because it's not evidence, and it was at the third little pig's house where you were arrested.
Great. Because if I find a Joker card in the Walmart bag, that'd probably be evidence.
See, this is an official evidence bag, so that's why it's true.
The bickering will stop.
Anywho. And is it possible it could have said something else other than whatever that said and that?
Well, I suppose anything's possible.
And there were shiny things on my paws, you say?
I think so, yes.
It sounds to me you weren't certain about anything you saw that morning. How close were you the first time you saw me? The next yard over?
Not quite.
2 yards? 3.5?
Well,
a block away! Oh, no wonder why you aren't very certain about what you saw!
Good honor! Really?
Mr. Wolf, we are not getting anything accomplished by you expressing opinions. You need a time out to think about what you've done. Sit! You are excused, Martha.
Thank you.
Yowza! The evidence against Al sure is piling up. Hot doggy aprons, slicey knives. Should we believe what Martha said about him? And how do you think Mr. Wolf did? He tried to make us doubt Martha. Maybe the blind old bat could not see from where she was standing.
You may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. And my next and final witness, actually.
Oh, excellent. Perhaps we'll make it to the cafeteria before they clear away the lunch and slap drops.
My thoughts precisely.
Lunch.
The state calls Maxwell the third little pig to the stand.
State your name.
Maxwell Edison Rigby. You may recall the puppet version of me from Julia's song.
Oh, excellent. Anywho, do you swear on the sacred text of a day no pigs would die, to tell the truth, the whole truth, blah, blah, blah?
I swear.
Your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Maxwell, why don't you tell us a few things about yourself?
Not much to tell, really. I enjoy construction and masonry. I like reading.
Who doesn't?
Maybe she doesn't.
I also like shiny things. I kind of collect them.
Yes, all very interesting, but what I think the jury would be most interested in learning about is your feelings.
My feelings?
Yes! Everyone here knows you just lost your two baby brothers. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel sad?
Well, of course it does.
Mm-hmm. And does it perhaps make you feel a little bit morbidly depressed? It's okay if you feel that way because we would all understand, of course.
It does.
And does it perhaps make you feel like your guts have been born into gnashing tendrils of gnawing hunger that may, at any moment, of course, rip your heart to shreds, robbing you of the ability to ever feel happiness again?
Yes!
Gosh, Your Honor, Maxwell sure seems torn up about this.
Yes, we can all hear his mournful moans of weepitude. Jury pigs, you're hereby instructed to be especially nice to Matt and believe everything he has to say.
What? But Your Honor, that's entirely unfair!
Mr. Wolf! If you are looking for fairness and rules that benefit all parties equally, I suggest you go to a soccer match or a spelling bee. We dispense justice in this courtroom, not fairness. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Maxwell, now that we fully appreciate just how sad you are, it's time for us to hear what happened at your house on that terrible morning.
Well, I was sitting on my couch, organizing my tinsel collection. And as you can see, it did not go well. Then all of a sudden, I heard a knock at the door.
Evil. Did it sound like an evil knock?
Very evil. I looked at the people and there's a big old wolf standing on my front porch.
And do you see that wolf in this courtroom here today?
Why, yes, I do. That beast, it was him. It was him.
Oh, I really enjoyed that number.
Go on, Max.
He said, little pig, let me come in. I swore by myself that I would not open the door for him. Then he got madder and madder, and was screaming and howling, and huffing and snuffing, but he couldn't get in.
How scary! And what a brave little hero you are, Max.
The real hero here is the ancient craft of masonry. Nothing, but nothing can stand up to the power of bricks. Then finally, the police showed up and hauled that nasty thing away.
And thank goodness they did before he killed again. And thank you, Max, for sharing your testimony with us.
No problem.
Mr. Wolf, you may cross-examine the witness.
And try not to eat him if you can help it.
This is the worst courtroom ever. None. Oh. Alright. Now, Max. When you looked at me through the peephole through the door, did you notice anything funny about my face?
Well, your eyes were all watery and leaky. You looked deranged.
Watery eyes? Anything else? Was there any stuff on my face? Was there any gooey stuff on my fur? Anything?
Well, now that you mention it, your fur was all gunked up. Probably with blood.
Are you sure it was blood? Let me remind you that you, Max, are under oath, which means that you, Max, have to tell the truth.
It was probably blood, you carnivore.
Honor, I object to this hostile line of questioning.
Mr. Wolf, that is enough. I will no longer allow you to have this witness. To have this witness? I'm on a roll today. You see what I did there?
Oh, hardy, har. But your honor!
You're excused, Rachel.
Unbelievable! I assure you, piggy friends, stuff like this does not happen in other judges' courtrooms. When is Al going to get to speak? Let him speak! Let him speak! Let him speak!
Shut it.
The state rests its case, Your Honor.
Well, that's that. We will now proceed to sentencing.
Sentencing! What about my side of the story?
Yeah!
Fine, if you must. Knock yourself out.
And there goes one.
You're a pig. You'll live.
Unlike the two pigs that you killed.
Ooh, throwing some shade.
Now, how does this work with me representing myself? Do I just talk, or does anybody have to ask me any questions?
You know, I've actually never had this happen before. I suppose I could ask you questions?
Or me. It should be me, right?
Did she say questions?
Me. Me.
If anybody gets to ask him a single question, it should be
Me. Why isn't anyone listening to me?
I can do it!
Oh, who is that?
Are you okay?
I am.
What's my name?
Ferdinand.
No, that's Julian.
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
I
Famous
am
Ferdinand.
William McGill.
Oh, yes, Bill, I remember you.
Don't even operate.
I have been chasing this story since day one. Look at this wonderful picture of Wolf. I started this on day one. And I will not rest till I hear Al's side of the story. What? You want me to ask him questions, right? You would not break those two little boys' hearts by not letting me ask him questions, would you? Would you?
Well, this is all highly irregular. But if the defendant has no objections,
Objection, 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 objection.
Shut your snout!
Objection.
None, Your Honor.
then, as much as it pains me to say this, sure.
I did my interview. Wish me luck, guys. Thank you. Now, Mr. Wolf. Al, buddy old pal. Let's start at the beginning.
It's all began back once upon a time. A time
Objection, Your Honor. Is this story hour or sworn testimony in a court of law?
I was trying to set a tone.
Get to the point, Mr. Wolf.
So I got up, rolled out of bed, dragged a comb across my fur, and right away I could tell my day was going to be a major drag because I had a terrible sneezing cold.
Achoo! Not that of what was COVID. It was not COVID, I promise.
And it was awful. You know the kind. Stuffy head, watery eyes, snot stuck in your gums, and it's all over your fur. Well, maybe pigs don't understand the fur part.
Wait a minute. Is that why you asked Maxwell about the gooey stuff on your face?
Yes. And let me tell you, nothing's worse than a snotty snout when you're all furry like me.
I see.
Anywho,
Let this clown.
he's been here since the very beginning.
Security malfunction.
Continue, Mr. Wolf.
Anyway, so after blowing my snout like 300 times,
1,000, Mr. Wolf. We went to sell papers. Who cares about the truth?
okay, I went down to the kitchen and I had a big project I need to be working on.
What sort of project?
A murder project?
You don't know a thing about me.
Objection. I know everything.
You weren't even there.
It doesn't matter.
Get to the point, Mr. Wolf. What was this project you were working on?
Well, it's a little embarrassing and I don't want to undermine my rugged image.
Mr. Wolf, by this point, there is no rugged image left to undermine. And I mean, these wonderful jury members need to hear the whole entire story.
Okay, the truth is, I was baking a cake.
A cake?
Yes, a cake. A fabulous cake, as a matter of fact. It was for my granny Eleanor. She turned 64 on that day, and I wanted to make her big. It was going to be a red velvet cake with a chocolate ganache. William!
Anyway, cake, that's where we were. If you were making this cake, how did you end up at the three little pigs' homes?
Well, I threw on my apron and gathered up all the ingredients I needed, but what did you know? I like a cup of sugar.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, there I was, trying to do nice things for a sweet little wolfie, and I didn't have any of the necessary supplies. But then I remembered my new neighbors, one of which being the 3 little pigs. And I thought one of them might be willing enough to share a cup of sugar with me.
Let's go to the store.
Yeah.
But this makes being a neighbor rewarding.
And sharing makes being a neighbor sort of rewarding, don't you think?
See?
Oh my gosh. Stick to the facts, Mr. Wolf. I didn't come here to hear your life story.
So I hit the road.
And were you still wearing the apron Martha claims she saw you wearing when you left your house?
Yes, that's how I rolled.
And was it barbecue themed? Also, as Martha claims she saw.
Of course not. It said kiss the cook.
Oh.
Not literally.
I was just trying to be nice.
It would look like it would say, kill, eat, pork. If you saw it from a distance, from a block away, and wore picnical piggy lady glasses, and if you were a prosecutor who thought it was a good idea to have a blind lady as a witness.
Why?
Exhibit number C, Your Honor. Now,
Number C.
the shiny things in your paw. Were they knives?
It was a wire whisk and a measuring cup. I don't even own any knives. And besides, who needs any knives when you got things like these?
Ooh, let me see. Oh, somebody has a cavity.
Ah!
Now, what happened at Baby Back Drive? Can you lay it all out for me?
Perhaps with musical accompaniment?
It would be my pleasure. But I'm gonna have to need your help.
Who, me? Little old McGill? The one that never gets to do anything? The one that never gets to speak? The one that, well, I mean, I helped her, so I guess it's only fair I helped you too! Love it!
Now then, this is the real story. Ha! I went looking for sugar on my place, still snotty and boogers, thanks to my terrible cold. I walked and I finally stumbled the straw house on Baby Back Drive. I was very polite. I knocked on the door, but the hinges were tight and fell crash on the floor. Little pig, I said, aren't you at home? But there was no answer, and I was alone. And then it happened. Now, remember, I had a terrible cold. So what happened next wasn't really my fault.
That squeeze was so mighty, so they had a sight. It knocked that house down to the ground.
Now this next part may be hard for you to understand, but you've got to look at it from my point of view. I combed through the wreckage, and there in the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He'd been home the whole time, but he chose to hide. Why hadn't he called out hello? I wept and I cried. I was sad that he died. He seemed like such a nice, jolly fellow. And there he was, already dead. I mean, it seemed like such a shame to live at the curb, lying there in the straw. I had been possessed and made such an end, but since he had been always so fair. Don't call me a beast for my late morning feast. Think of it as a cheeseburger lying there. You see, it was just an accident. Wolf's honor! But I still did not have enough sugar, so I moved on to the next house. The house of sticks I approached, the threshold I approached, and rang the ding-dongy doorbell. Mr. Pig, I cried. May I come in? Have you got any sugar within?
Go away, I said. You can't come in. I'm saving the hair of my chinny chin chin.
And then it happened again. Oh boy, have I never got that stupid cold.
You really should get more vitamin C in your diet.
I know.
Achoo! That sneeze was so mighty, so way out of sighty. It knocked that house down to the ground.
The guy's house fell down, just like his brothers had. And there he was, the second little pig, dead as a dodo. Now, no food will spoil if you leave it lying there in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I never meant for poor Jojo to tragically go, but he was crushed under his dwelling. Don't call me a beast for my late morning feast. Think of it as a second helping. So since I still did not have enough sugar, I moved right up to the third little pig's house. I walked right up to that house of bricks like a gentle pup. No thoughts of tricks. Mr. Pig, I cried, may I come in? Have you got any sugar within?
Go away, I say. You'll never have my sugar. You're stuck up the creek with the
It's for
horse.
my granny, I said. Please let me in.
Your stupid old granny can sit on a bed.
No, I'm usually a pretty level-headed guy. But when someone talks about my granny like that, I get awfully mad. And when I got mad that day, it riled up my cold. And before I knew it, I felt another great, big, terrible sneeze coming on.
Achoo! Your granny is Sally, your granny's a brat. And I bet she's totally fat.
I cannot believe you said that.
It broke my heart. It broke it right in two. Why would that Max make such nasty attacks? He seemed hungry to start a big scandal.
Scandal!
I hopped and I stopped and I popped and I rocked, and I guess I just blew off the handle. This is the true story in all of its glory. You finally heard here today. On bended knee, I'm begging you, please, 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 don't send me away. And the rest, as they say, is history. The police pigs figured a sick guy going door to door to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound all that exciting. So they jazzed up the story with that puff and blow your house down nonsense.
Well, they're not wrong. It does sell papers.
And with that, the defense would like to rest.
Look at that. We finally heard the real, true wolf side of the story.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, shucks. It was not a problem. I'm just an honest boy, trying to root out the kernel of truth in the bottom of the heart of the matter. As the sour stench of injustice fills my snout with every sniff.
Stop talking! Return to your place. Julia, would you care to cross?
Half of what the defendant said is meaningless, Your Honor. It is quite obvious to me, as it should be to you, that this carnivore concocted his wolf in sheep's clothing story just to save his worthless hide. I am not going to dignify this fantasy by cross-examining him.
Were you even paying any attention?
Yes, this is my job after all.
Well, the moment of truth has finally arrived.
Here we go, my piggy friends. Now, despite the whiz-bang pizzazz and all-around kookiness of this trial, there is one thing that we have all learned for certain. Anytime that this fine lady says that she knows the whole story, you should stop and ask yourself if maybe this sir has something to add into that story. But for now, let's look at this story and not worry about your guys' debate.
Now it's time for my favorite part of any trial. The big and brassy, piggy sassy closing argument.
Go! Take registry faithfully on yourself for about justice and honor reform! It's guilty of the murder of the killed literal of the right patient who's locked up in the journal of journey never seen of or heard of again!
Could you do that again? I didn't get it all.
Self-righteous hogs!
Murdering dog!
Alright, listen up, piggies. It's time for you to say whether the big bad wolf goes free or gets locked up. It's time everybody here gets a vote. Yes, even you. Now in Pennsylvania, we vote by making noise, oinking and squealing. Do you all know how to oink and squeal?
Do you know how I can
We should practice. But when I give you the grand gesture of hush-uppery, everyone's got to get real quiet so we can get on with the trial. Got it? Good. Okay, everyone practice your best oinking and
Let me hear it.
squealing.
Be loud.
Well done, piggies. You're the best porky little oinkers I've ever heard.
It's time to vote for real, Rocky.
You heard the boss. Let's vote. My fellow piggies, you have two choices. Guilty, which means lock the wolf up, or not guilty, which means let the wolf go. All right, are you ready? If you think the wolf is guilty and you want to see him locked up, let's hear his oink and squeal. Pretty guilty. Now, if you think the wolf is not guilty and you want to see him set free, let's hear his oink and squeal.
Once again, I will tell you to shut it.
Well, the result is pignanimous, Your Honor. The big bad wolf is guilty!
And I know you did not vote for the wolf. But so it goes in this piggy world. Good day and good fortune.
How